After accent and rhythm, we come to intonation. Definition of intonation. The rise and fall in the pitch of voice is called intonation. Pitch. The number of times the vocal cords open and close in a second. That is, the frequency of vibration of the vocal cords determines the pitch of the voice. When we hear someone speaking, we realize that he does not always speak on the same note. We hear constant variations in the level at which his voice is pitched. Sometimes the pitch rises, sometimes it falls, and at other times it remains level. The pattern of the variation of the pitch of the voice constitutes the intonation of a language. It is important to note that intonation patterns vary from one to another language. Intonation is an important feature in a spoken language. It indicates the type of utterance said by the speaker. It means that your tone will indicate whether you are polite, whether you are not polite. It will indicate meaning also. For example, you see there is a sentence, John is going to Calcutta. If this statement is spoken in falling tone, it will be a statement, John is going to Calcutta. But if the same statement is spoken with a rising tone, it may become a question, it may become an interrogative sentence. For example, John is going to Calcutta. That means the person is asking a question. So, intonation gives the meaning and also it indicates the mood of the speaker. In intonation, we have to take into account three things: division of an utterance into tone groups. Number two, location of nucleus. And number three, choice of intonational tone. Tone group or breath group or sense group. Now what is this? We divide an utterance into groups called tone group or breath group or sense group. For example, the sentence, I met some boys, will be said as one tone group. On the other hand, the sentence, when I went to London, it was winter there, will be divided into two tone groups. When I went to London, one tone group, and the other is, it was winter there. First tone group, when I went to London, and second tone group, it was winter there. Tone groups are indicated by slant lines. One tone group is kept within a pair of slant lines. That is the tradition. Tone groups are marked by an oblique line, as in the following sentences. As I say it, there is no scope for improvement. If I go there, I will stay at a hotel. When I was at Agra, I visited the Taj Mahal. Punctuation sometimes gives clue to the division of an utterance into tone groups. though it is not always a sure guide. A full stop always indicates the end of a tone group, and comma also does it sometimes. Hello John, nice to see you. Such divisions are called breath groups because they are to be spoken continuously without making a pause. At the end of a tone group and before the beginning of another tone group, there may be a pause or a rest may be given to the breath. This group is also called sense group because the groups are made, or in other words, sentences are fragmented by having some consideration of sense. Only when and where some kind of sense emerges, a tone group may end or begin. This group is also called tone group because in one group there is only one tone which may be either rising or falling. In a tone group, there are syllables with static tone and kinetic tone. An accented syllable can be said on a level pitch, high or low. Level pitch means neither high nor low. An accented syllable said on a level pitch is said to have a static tone. In other words, static tone means those accented syllables which are spoken with level tone, neither rising nor falling. The syllable on which pitch movement is not initiated is said to have a static tone. It is marked with a vertical bar above and before the syllable. Let us see the following sentence. This table is quite expensive. There is a vertical bar on T and Q of quite and a pen of expensive. The vertical bar which is on pen, that is slanting, and that indicates falling tone. The vertical line on T of table and Q of quite show accented syllables with a static tone, and slanting line on pen of expensive shows accented syllable with falling tone. This slant vertical, this line which is rather slanting, that indicates falling tone. Kinetic tone refers to the accented syllable on which the pitch movement is initiated. Pitch movement is initiated means the syllable on which you feel that the tone is rising or falling. This is what means the pitch movement is initiated. Kinetic tone refers to the accented syllable on which the pitch movement is initiated. It means the syllable on which the tone rises or falls. So the syllable on which the tone rises or falls is said to have kinetic tone. The sentence is, my father is a doctor in America. Now here we have accented syllable fa of father and do of doctor and may of America, but the tone falls on do. So do has kinetic tone and fa and may have a static tone. Kinetic tone is indicated by a slant line. If the tone is falling, the slant line is above and before the accented syllable, and if the tone is rising, it is below and before the accented syllable. In the sentence above, dock is said to have the kinetic tone and all the other syllables in the sentence are said to have the static tone. Location of nucleus. The syllable on which the pitch movement is initiated is said to be the nucleus. Usually, nucleus is the accented syllable of the last content word, but it may vary. It may be the accented syllable of any other content word also, if that content word is more emphasized upon than the others. Let us take the following two sentences. A. My father is a doctor in America. B. My father is a doctor in America. In sentence A, the person wants to say that his father is a doctor. Where he is doctor, the place is not important. At what place his father is a doctor, that is not important. In sentence B, the place is important. He is doctor, that is not important. In sentence B, America, the place where he is more important. So, in the sentence A, nucleus is dock of doctor, and in the sentence B, nucleus is may of America. Choice of tone. What are the places where falling tone can be used, where rising tone can be used? A number of tones are used by native speakers, of which the following three are generally used. Number 1, falling tone. A. In assertive sentence spoken in a normal way without any special implication. So, a assertive sentence, when it is spoken in a normal manner without any particular or a special implication, that will be spoken with a falling tone. Mohan is going to Patna. I shall see you this evening. I am going to London. And as it has been said earlier, that the last content word is the nucleus. The rise or fall generally is on the last content word. B. Order, commands are spoken with a falling tone. Get out of my house. Go and post it. C. Questions which start with a WH word when spoken in a neutral manner. Neutral manner means politeness is not implied. It is spoken in, without expression of any kind of politeness. What is your name? How is your father? D. in exclamations. What lovely roses! How annoying! E. When question tag endorses the statement. You see, question tag may be of two types. It may ask for information. For example, you may say to your friend, I hope you have some money, don't you? When you speak a question tag with a falling tone, it means you are endorsing the statement. And when you speak a question tag with a rising tone, it means you are asking for some information. For example, in the same sentence, you have some money, haven't you? Here, question tag has been spoken with a rising tone. That means the person wants to know whether you have some money in your pocket or not. So, when question tag endorses the statement, there also falling tone is used. You have got my purse, haven't you? All men are mortal, aren't they? Rising tone. Rising tone is shown by slant line under the syllable. A. WH questions spoken in a polite manner. How is your brother? What is your name? B. Questions starting with auxiliary verbs are always spoken with a rising tone. Have you gone to Delhi? Do you know this thing? Will you come tomorrow? Is your father an IAS officer? In polite statements, please give me your pen. D. Question tag which demands an answer. Tendulkar is the best batsman in the world, isn't he? E. When a number of things are separated by comma, except the last, all the items will be spoken in a rising tone and the last one will have falling tone. I have visited Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. E. In a complex sentence, the first clause is generally spoken with a rising tone and the second clause with a falling tone. When I went there, I met my old friend. Falling rising tone. Falling rising tone is indicated by two slant lines as indicated here. One going down and the other showing rise. The falling rising tone is used for special implications not verbally expressed. The meaning is that if the meaning of the sentence is something other than the words used, their falling rising tone is used. For example, when we say she is clever with a falling tone, we mean exactly that, she is clever. But when we say the same sentence with a falling rising tone like this, she is clever, we imply something else. We may mean she is clever but is not dependable. Similarly, when a teacher says to a schoolboy, your essay is good, he means that the essay is good. But when he speaks the same sentence with a falling rising tone like this, your essay is good, with a falling rising tone if he says, he may imply something else like this, though your essay is good, it is not interesting. There is one more situation in which falling rising tone is used, and that is when a speaker wishes to emphasize upon any particular word, there also uses falling rising tone. Can't you possibly come tomorrow? So here the time tomorrow has been emphasized. I hope you find this video informative and interesting. Thank you for watching.